have to ask him. I thought he did some good things. From obviously he got to the foul line in that run at the end of the second quarter, but he looked rusty, I thought. But that's to be expected. The bad part is in this league, you don't get a couple days of practice before you have to play. I mean, it's basically games are, you can figure out different ways to get your rust out, but I think he feels good, which is a good sign moving forward.
All right, welcome to part 2 of the Garden Report. I'm here with Sam Packard. We're going to go to the Grandstand play of the game. Grandstand sports highlights from fans in the stands on the new sports app Grandstand. You can share your own Celtics highlights and watch other fans' videos straight from the crowd. Download Grandstand on the App Store or at grandstand.me. We are not going to show you a play tonight. We're going to show you a marriage proposal. It was the Salute the Troops evening here at the Garden, and for some reason, someone did the classic move of proposing to your girlfriend on the Jumbotron. Lately, I haven't seen this gone too well. This one was really awkward. Let's go to the tape on this one, and that is a long, long, long pause to say yes to your life-changing decision. I think we should break this down X's and O style here. So she kind of looks away for a little bit. She's kind of like looking at the crowd, kind of like groaning a little bit.
Kind of shaking her head a little bit.
Yeah, like, should I do this?
Trying to play it off like in real disbelief that this guy had the mitigated gall to do this in front of 18,000 people. Really, just a total d-bag move, in my opinion.
You're saying gall. I want to flip that G upside down, and we're gonna pretend it's a B. He had the balls to do that in front of.
I think it's
you say 18,000, and probably more like 13,000 tonight. Honestly, yeah.
Although there were a lot of veterans in
That's
the seats
true.
tonight, it was a nice move.
I couldn't see them as they were all blending in.
That is very true. But do you do that because you're just pressuring the girl into trying to say yes in front of all those people so she doesn't embarrass you? And my other point, he did that, at the end of the first quarter?
Yeah.
Once you propose, I'm imagining the last thing you're going to want to do is to watch another 36 minutes of basketball. You're going to want to go home and celebrate. I'm sure she has to call her mother and whoever, 8 other females in her life. Just a terrible decision all the way around, and I felt badly for everyone involved, including the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, they might have celebrated in the bathroom during the game. You don't know.
That's gross.
So,
don't do that.
I'm really curious to see if anyone watching the show has had to deal with this kind of situation or knows anyone. So leave a comment on the video on the Celtics blog.
If you propose on a Jumbotron, explain why, because that is BS.
You should at least tweet a photo of a Word doc with your explanation of why you decided to do that, because that's a high pressure situation.
Absolutely, and I'm not a fan of it and never will be.
All right, well, hey, she said yes, I think. It wasn't even that clear. They kiss at the end, so I think that means yes. So yeah, good for them.
Oh, and good luck to the new couple. I mean, I think you guys are going to do great.
Sarcasm on
no,
the Garden
Report. I'm genuine. I want them to do well.
Hopefully it does.
But the guy served 17 years. I'm sure he's a great
really?
guy.
That long? Jeez.
I just think he made a terrible mistake in his proposal, but I'm sure he's going to have a great life.
Yeah, to be fair, obviously, we don't want to disrespect anyone here, but you propose to someone on the Jumbotron. It's fair game for the Celtics postgame shows out there to be critical.
He made it public, and we're commenting on it. That's our job.
That's right. It was on the record.
Yes.
It was on the record. So let's talk about basketball now. So Marcus Smart went on the record with a 1-for-6 performance from the field. He did get to the free throw line a team high 8 times, and he only scored 8 points. And I know you love the plus-minus game here. So what was the plus-minus for Marcus Smart?
I already looked at it. -20. Worst on the team.
Pretty bad.
I thought he looked tentative the whole night. I didn't think his defense was that great. On offense, he was kind of hiding in the corner. Not really doing much, wasn't that aggressive, and I just think he's going to take time to get back. In the locker room, he was limping after the game, so who knows how that much is that affecting him. He said not much, but it's still an injury that's going to affect him moving forward. But a big thing about him being hurt and Bradley being out, we saw the rookies play tonight together, Rozier and Hunter, and that's always fun because it feels like the future's here. And I don't know, how did you think they played tonight?
I mean, they did look great, but I love the fact that Hunter is filling that role as the off-ball shooting guard. We saw a little bit of it in Milwaukee. We saw more of it tonight, I think. He is curling. He's coming off of pin downs, curling, stuff like that. He's learning how to be that off-ball shooting guard. Terry Rozier had a lot of pressure on him as a ball handler tonight, even guarding Paul George occasionally tonight. He went, 2 for 9 from the field. He took 4 threes and didn't make any of them. Part of the rust that's spreading throughout the team here. Hope no one gets a MRSA infection or anything, or a tetanus infection, right, for us. But, there's a lot of pressure on Rozier to perform when he's a ball handler. on this team, and he's still trying to figure it out. And he said tonight that he was asked like whether he's earned Brad Stevens' trust, and he basically said that's not really what it's about with Brad Stevens. You don't earn Brad Stevens' trust. He gives you the trust right away, and obviously that's why they drafted him.
Yeah.
And it's really about kind of being comfortable and trying to understand what his role is. And if you're a ball handler on this team, it can be pretty complex because you're not just like kind of like running pick and rolls and then throwing it to that guy. It's all about kind of feeling the flow of the offense.
And I think he had his stronger moments tonight when he was actually off ball. He was in the game a couple of minutes with Isaiah Thomas. He was in the game with Evan Turner. And I thought he made some nice plays. I thought he's holding his own on the defensive end, but I think that he still needs to figure out, one, how to play with the right pace, and two, just to make the right reads and make right decisions. But back to the plus-minus game, he was the only Celtic in the positive with a thrilling +3
on the bench. Jay Crowder +6, which I think is for every foul and every steal.
Forgot about my main man Bay, but yeah, that's not a good night for the Celtics in terms of plus-minus.
Well, before we go, we don't do Saturday night anymore, but 5 steals for Jay Crowder. He is a league leader in steals, so that's one thing the Celtics are doing well, at least.
Hey, good for Bay. I mean, it's coming routine. He's going to probably get 3 steals a game just with the way this defense works, and he's very, very active, and he hustles. Good for Bay.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us tonight. We will see you after Friday's game against Atlanta, right? So that's going to be a fun one. Another playoff team. The schedule is really hard early in the season for this team, and they're on a gauntlet run now where they're going to be in OKC for a back-to-back right after, or Sunday game, I think, right after that. They're going to be playing a lot, so you're going to be seeing a lot of us. So for Sam, for Jared, this is the Garden Report on CLNS Radio and Celtics Blog, powered by Grandstand.